This CD has lots of fun activities, stories, and lessons that will help you learn all about David. Come on, let's go have some fun.
Hi, I'm David. I want to tell you a story about God and how He used me in some exciting ways that I would never have dreamed of. Do you see all these items here beside me? Let's see where they all go.
If you click on this image, you will be able to choose from any of the 3 acts in the story of David. David loved to sing songs and praise God. Here are some songs that David would have loved. Why don't you pick one to listen to and sing along? Do you like to play games, participate in activities, and solve problems? Then click on this icon. It lets you select any one of 6 fun activities. Did you know you can color a picture with your computer? Click here to choose a picture to color. Click here and you can quit this program.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Lilbumblebear's Let's Play. I'm Kristen and I'm back with more Beginner's Bible. This is the story of David. I hope you will enjoy. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Do you remember the Beginner's Bible? And of course, subscribe for more nostalgic gaming. Check out the playlist in the description box to see all of the other Christian games on this channel and more to come. I have a Twitter and Instagram you can follow, and I have a Discord server open to everyone. The invite link's in the description box. Let's get started and learn about David. Please enjoy.
Below on the toolbar, you will see some new icons. If you click on the doorway, you will go back to the starting screen. If you click on the stones, it will change the level of the game you're playing. If you click on the musical note, it will take you to the song activity screen. If you click on the arrows at either end of the toolbar, you will move to another screen. Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents an act in the story of young David. Click on the bag and drag it over to one of the rocks. When the scene appears, click on it, and away you'll go to explore.
Hi, I'm Samuel. God told me to go find the next king of Israel. Why don't you come along with me and see who I find?
Samuel was a prophet. God spoke to Samuel, and Samuel would tell others what God said to him. One day, God told Samuel to go to Jesse's house. Jesse had 8 sons. God had chosen one of Jesse's sons to be the next king of Israel. Samuel went to Jesse's house in Bethlehem to meet Jesse and his sons. When Samuel arrived at the house, Jesse gathered his sons to meet Samuel. Samuel met 7 of Jesse's sons and thought they all would be very good kings. God said to Samuel, "No, you are thinking about what they look like. I look at the heart." So one by one, Samuel looked at Jesse's sons, and each time God said that he was not the one. Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents a game in the story of young David. Click on the bag and drag it over to one of the rocks. When the game appears, click on it and away you'll go to play the game. Samuel asked Jesse if he had any more sons. Jesse said he had one more son who was a shepherd in the fields watching the sheep. His name was David. They called for David to come and meet Samuel. David came, and God said to Samuel, "He is the one." David was the youngest son, but he loved God with all his heart. So Samuel anointed David. One day he would become king. When David was a young shepherd boy watching his sheep, he would sing. David sang sweet songs that helped his sheep sleep at night. He sang happy songs that helped them get up in the morning. David loved to sing songs to God. David sang, "The Lord is my shepherd. He makes me lie down in green grass. He leads me beside quiet waters." One day, David came to live in the palace of King Saul. While he lived at Saul's palace, David had a special job. Sometimes, when Saul felt bad, David would play music for him. David's music made Saul feel better. Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents an act in the story of young David.
You are not going to believe what is going to happen to me in this next section. Come with me and see how my trust in God helped me through a really tough time.
There was once a king named Saul. He was the king of Israel, where God's people lived. There were enemies of God's people who wanted to fight the army of Saul. These enemies sent their best fighter, a giant named Goliath, to challenge Saul's army. Goliath called out to Saul's army, "Choose a man to come and fight me. If he wins, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be our slaves." He was so much bigger and stronger than they were that the soldiers were very afraid. They did not know what to do. No one in Saul's army wanted to fight a giant. David's older brothers were in Saul's army. David's father, Jesse, called David out of the fields where he was tending the sheep and gave him some food to take to his brothers in the army. When David got to his brother's camp, he saw the giant Goliath. Even though Goliath was over 9 feet tall, David knew not to be afraid because God was on his side. David said he would fight Goliath. Saul gave his armor and helmet to David. He also gave David a sword. David tried them on. They were much too big and too heavy for young David. David told Saul that he was not used to these weapons and gave them back to Saul. David searched a stream for stones and chose 5 smooth stones. Taking his sling and the 5 stones, David was ready to fight Goliath. When Goliath saw the small boy coming to fight him, he laughed. David said to Goliath, "You come with a sword and a spear, but I come to you in the name of God. This battle is the Lord's." The giant Goliath came closer to David. David put a stone in his sling and threw the stone at Goliath. The stone hit Goliath in the forehead, and the giant fell to the ground. David trusted God, and with God's help, David fought Goliath and won. Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents an act. Jonathan and David were best buddies. This scene will tell you about their friendship and how through it David became king. King Saul's son, Jonathan, had heard a lot about how David had defeated the giant Goliath and saved Jonathan's dad's army. Jonathan was glad when David came to live at the palace. He liked David and shared his things with David. To show David how much he thought of their friendship, Jonathan gave David his royal robe, tunic, bow, belt, and even his sword. David and Jonathan became the best of friends. They did everything together. One of their favorite activities was to go to the fields and practice shooting their bows and arrows. The people liked David very much, but King Saul became jealous and angry. Saul tried to kill David. Jonathan wanted to protect David and told him he must leave, telling David, "We will always be friends, forever and ever." Later, Saul died, and David became the king. David became the best king of all. He loved God very much. David wrote songs that told about his love for God. He wanted the people to sing to the Lord. David wrote, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful singing. Make a joyful noise to the Lord. Give thanks to the Lord and praise his name. For the Lord is good, and his faithfulness will last forever." Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents a song in the story of young David. Click on the bag and drag it over to one of the rocks.
Well, I tell you what, he's got a great, big, beautiful heart. 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 Well, he sings and he dances and he plays all day. And this little boy's gonna be king someday. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart. Oh, Samuel came to David's house. He was looking for a brand new king. Well, all of his brothers showed up there, but Daniel couldn't see no king. He said, "All these boys are handsome, Lord, but now I humbly pray, are these the boys you looking for?" And then he heard the good Lord say, "I'm looking for a great, big, beautiful heart, a great, big, beautiful heart. I need a great, big, beautiful heart, a great, big, beautiful heart. And we'll sing and dance and play all day. I'm gonna make that boy a king one day. I need a great, big, beautiful heart, a great, big, beautiful heart." So God said, "Look a little closer. You gotta see way down inside. There's a heart that's full of goodness. Well, you can't find any pride." And then Samuel said to Jesse, "Do you have just one more son?" And then Jesse brought in little David. And God said, "Now he's the one. Cause he's got a great, big, beautiful heart. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart. Ooh, he got a great, big, beautiful heart. He got a great, big, beautiful heart." And he sings and he dances and he plays all day. This little boy's gonna be king someday. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart. 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 And he'll sing and dance and play all day. I know that boy's gonna be king someday because he's got a great, big, beautiful heart. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart. Everybody, great, big, beautiful heart. I got a big, big, beautiful heart. Yeah. Great, big, beautiful heart. I got a great, big, beautiful heart. Ooh, he's gonna sing and dance and he plays all day. This little boy's gonna be king one day. Great, big, beautiful heart. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart. He's got a great, big, beautiful heart.
Do you see the rocks along the stream?
Let me tell you how God helped a little boy David defeat a big old giant.
Once there was an evil giant standing over 9 feet tall. Fear and trembling filled God's people when they heard the giant's call.
Goliath, 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 evil Philistine.
From the peaceful hills of Israel, God had chosen Jesse's son. He was just a simple shepherd, but his work had just begun.
David, God's anointed David, God's anointed David, God's anointed, he would fight the battle.
David journeyed to the battle where he saw Goliath stand.
I will fight the evil giant, God will place him in my hand.
David ran to meet Goliath, round and round his sling did go. Through the air a stone went soaring, and Goliath was no more.
David, God's anointed David, God's anointed David, God's anointed, he would fight the battle. David, God's anointed David, God's anointed David, God's anointed won the victory.
Praises to the God of Israel, praises to his majesty.
I have slain the evil giant, God has won the victory. David, God's anointed David, God's anointed David, God's anointed won the victory. Little boy David, go on boy, get him.
Click the scroll to play again. Do you see the rocks along the stream?
We're best friends, we will always be. You're my best friend, as everyone can see. Best friends, it's always you and me. Jonathan and David, for all eternity. First time I saw you, David, you stood before the king. Got you me a friend for life, and now I want to sing. We're best friends, we will always be. You're my best friend, as everyone can see. Best friends, it's always you and me. Jonathan and David, for all eternity. Oh, Jonathan, you helped me by guiding me along. You loved me as you loved yourself, so now we sing this song. We're best friends, we will always be. You're my best friend, as everyone can see. Best friends, it's always you and me. Jonathan and David, for all eternity.
We'll always stand together
To be a brighter light,
and back to back in battle.
we'll always do the right. We're best friends, we will always be. You're my best friend, as everyone can see. Best friends, it's always you and me. Jonathan and David, for all eternity. Jonathan and David, for all eternity.
Click the scroll to play again. Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents a game in the story of young David. Click on the bag and drag it over to one of the rocks. When the game appears, click on it and away you'll go to play the game.
This is a picture of my brother. Can you build my brother from the pictures that appear here? You can click through the images and find the right pieces to make my brother.
Congratulations! You've completed the game. Click on the game spinner to play again, or click on the arrows to go to another activity.
This is a picture of my brother. Can you build my brother from the pictures that appear here? You can click through the images and find the right pieces to make my brother.
Congratulations! You've completed the game. Click on the game spinner to play again, or click on the arrows to go to another activity.
Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents a... You can make your own music. choose any of the instruments and drag it to a square in the grid. When you are done putting instruments in the grid, click on the play icon, and the song that you have designed will play for you. Do you see the rocks along the stream? David needs to find 5 smooth stones. Can you help him pick up the stones? Use the arrow keys on your keyboard to help David avoid the obstacles floating downstream and get the stones.
Congratulations! You've completed the game. Click on the game spinner to play again, or click on the arrows to go to another activity.
Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents a game. Help David aim his slingshot at items on the wall or apples on the tree. Aim David's sling by moving the mouse and click to throw the stone.
Congratulations! You've completed the game. Click on the game spinner to play again, or click on the arrows to go to another activity.
Help David aim his slingshot. Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents. Can you help David and Jonathan find each other? All you have to do is click on pieces of the puzzle and move them until you complete a path between David and Jonathan. If you need help solving this puzzle, click the hint button at the top of the screen.
Congratulations! You've completed the game. Click on the game spinner to play again, or click on the arrows to go to another activity.
Can you help David? Do you see the rocks along the stream? See those children sitting at King David's feet? King David will ask them questions, and they will each give answers to his questions. You can click on the child that you think gave the right answer. Let's see how much you've learned.
Saul's army was afraid of Goliath because
A. He was a giant who was 9 feet tall and very strong.
B. He had better weapons than they had.
C. He wanted to take their jobs.
Good answer.
David fights Goliath with 5 smooth
A. Arrows.
B. Swords.
C. Stones.
Good answer.
Samuel was
A. King.
B. Prophet.
C. Brother of David.
Try another one.
Jonathan was King Saul's
A. Brother.
B. Son.
C. Servant.
Good answer.
David and Jonathan liked to go out in the fields and practice
A. Shooting their bows and arrows.
B. Playing baseball.
C. Catching butterflies and bugs.
Congratulations! You've completed the game. Click on the game spinner to play again, or click.
Do you see the rocks along the stream? Each rock represents a picture to color in the story of young David. Click on the bag and drag it over to one of the rocks. When the picture appears, click on it and away you'll go to start coloring. You can color your picture by selecting a color and Do you see the rocks along the stream? 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 Each rock represents
I hope you guys enjoyed hearing the story of David and as he became king and also defeated Goliath. What a wonderful person he was in the Bible. He is one of my favorite Bible characters. Is he one of yours? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up so others can find this really awesome video. And of course subscribe so you don't miss out on my future Bible videos coming soon. Don't forget the playlist in the description box to see all the other Christian games on this channel if you want. And remember, you are special and loved. You are never alone, and you're always welcome to come back and hang out anytime. Jesus loves you. Bye-bye, everyone.